Oni-chan. Okay, I'm ready. I'm good.
Are you?
I want to be referred to as Oni-chan from now on.
Yeah.
By us?
Yo. Like, you really gotta chill.
You're wild.
What are you
This is
doing,
what we needed the
Oni-chan?
buzzer.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down. I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
What's up, everybody? This is episode 110. 110 of the Saratobi Sports Podcast. Bring you in always is the illustrious, just in transition, just stuck in traffic, just on his damn phone, and just in the nick of time, JT. And to my right, a man that needs some introduction. The guy and he's got himself. Dijon Mustard. You know him as the Saratobi editor himself. John Mutu. How's it going, John?
I'm good. Real sleepy, but I'm happy to be here.
All right. I didn't
Miss
know
you guys.
I didn't know we were talking to one of the seven dwarfs, but okay. All right, and to my far right, a man that needs no introduction, the Deacon of Demon Time. He walks with a cane not because he has to, but because he needs to. Mr. Worldwide West.
Because everywhere I go, I leave a worldwide mess. I'm actually the 8th dwarf, and I'll let y'all figure out what that adjective is.
Is it horny?
He's a horny dwarf.
You was right.
And to my far right, almost making a semicircle. That's right.
Fucking pirate Matt.
Pirate
The fucking, I'll never forget the shit with Shaq where he thought Irish people were pirates when Conor McGregor wanted to fight. That
That's
shit,
wild.
oh man.
Oh, boy. The Gabagool himself, Greg Postovich. Matt Barber.
I would put money down to see Shaq fight Conor McGregor.
I would do that too.
I would pay zero money. I'd just open up the, the illegal stream.
streams?
Yep,
Yes,
damn right.
sir.
I'm illegal streaming the shit out of that. Oh, boy. But
Thinking about how the fucking elves and dwarves, like Keebler elves, got the cookies and shit.
Yeah.
You got maca root.
What? Not macaroon.
Yeah, horny dwarf.
yes, the Keebler elves. Who do you think wins in the fight? The Keebler elves or the elves from the Rice Krispie?
Keebler.
Keebler elves?
Keebler for
Them,
sure.
them niggas look like they give it up, bro. I ain't gonna
In what way?
Femboy fucking Rice Krispies.
Femboy Rice Krispies?
You know, the rice.
Nah, that
the-
picture from earlier today. Nah, that was
I
crazy.
didn't even see that shit.
Not at all.
That shit was wild.
Absolute wild.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the caption? It was like Kellogg fetish, like
It was like
something.
stop masturbating to the Kellogg shit or whatever.
Yeah, like
Oh, that is.
Bro.
Kellogg fan art.
he's like, I thought I was gonna use my powers for evil when I
You
learned
are.
Photoshop, but like not like that. I'm not gonna use it like that.
You
That's
say
just,
that now,
I
and
feel
we're
like
gonna see
it's-
us we're gonna see JT in 2 months. He's gonna grow out an even scragglier goatee and just come in with a white shirt with
Niggas-
mad stains on it and be like, "Yeah, Photoshop, huh?"
He said, does it get any worse than this?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Shit, my shit gonna be scraggly next week. I'm cutting all of it off, and I'm gonna start fresh. So,
It sucks because he's gonna get
All of
back
it.
to that way quicker than this is
You heard
gonna
it here,
come
folks.
back.
4 months.
probably, yeah.
Right.
Hey, you want your beard to connect? Get that Rogaine, my boy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell niggas, dog. Trust me, I got a whole. I got.
I thought they said the quickest way to grow the beard was to eat the vagine. Somebody lied.
Bro, you know
Maybe
what's
you're the
crazy?
eighth drawer.
I realized this on my I realized this on my last job. Not everyone fucking grew up with that joke.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I made it at my last job. Like some of the guys were like older, but not like by a lot. And then even some of the younger people like, and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "This is a joke. Like you've never heard this shit." And then I said it today, and then both of the people I was with, one's 28, one's 26. So 26, we would have been in high school at the same time. Literally
Yeah.
was like, "Oh no, I've never heard that." And I was like,
Not everybody
What?
grows up around black people.
"That might be it."
But is it no? 'Cause
I
I know.
know in both situations there's at least one black person present, and neither of them.
But I know a lot
kinda
of white
wild,
people
though.
that know that
Yeah.
joke too. Like
Still, black. Not all black people grew up around black people.
You're right.
This is true. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't
No,
always.
I don't.
I don't always have good points. But
I was
you know,
going for the more
More
you know thing.
I know.
but
I know.
it ended
Yeah,
up being
yeah,
the
yeah.
Wii Sports thing.
Niggas like we.
I didn't know where you were going.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss is crazy.
I just started singing it and I thought it would come to me, but all I had was Wii Sports.
Yeah, like my Dr. Umar turning into Christopher Walken.
Like,
Speaking of swing and a miss.
Yes, thank you for
him.
picking up what I
God.
was putting down.
yeah, so
Them damn Yankees.
Yes.
you know what? I like to take this opportunity to say everybody on the Yankees can suck my dick except for Giancarlo Stanton, Anthony Rizzo, the huge gabagool, and Aaron Judge. Everybody else, you can kick rocks.
And
Don't care.
I'll give Gio a pass because he busted his ass to get us in that game.
He did.
What did he
so
do
he
when
was
he
playing hurt.
what did?
He was playing hurt.
He's playing hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To get us
Yeah.
to the game, yeah.
He was playing hurt.
Was he in the lineup?
He was.
If
I
you're
don't know.
in the lineup, I don't care.
See, he got a
Well,
hit.
guess what?
He got a
I'll
hit.
tell you what. Aaron Boone, I don't know if his contract is up this year. He got one more
It
left.
is.
Regardless, I do not want to see him back for a lot of questionable decisions like that one.
Like what?
Which one?
Talk about it.
I was
wanna
gonna say
know-
like
know-
I don't.
wanna know.
I honestly didn't
I
think
honestly
Boone
think-
managed a horrible game.
Listen,
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You,
all right.
Yeah.
Y'all know I've never fully been behind Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
Valid.
And I feel like I have a lot of valid reasoning behind that. The other thing is I feel like if the much more so the players just playing well has saved Aaron Boone's career, because we had 2 years of devastating injuries that we put together great things just because people stepped up. That has nothing to do with Aaron Boone, in my opinion. And then how I feel like we question him and his decisions a lot more than we're out here like, oh yeah, that made sense. You can be nitpicky about last night. You could be like, all right, as soon as you see, like, you could tell early Cole didn't have it. As soon as you see that this is an elimination game, right? You start getting people warmed up. That's nitpicky. But if you're in an elimination game, Joey Gallo should not be batting fourth in your lineup. I don't give a fuck. His batting average is below 200. Who's he getting on base for? Gleyber?
I didn't like the lineup.
He's getting on base for Gleyber.
Did not like the lineup at all.
I was confused as to why.
You have the best 3 hitters batting first, like 1, 2, and 3.
I thought they were gonna go back to Gleyber in the one,
Yeah,
the one hole, and then just go down the line of, you have the Rizzo,
On top of that,
Judge,
even
Stanton.
before when it was available again, the majority of our shit should have been the jumbo package. Should have been the Death Star lineup. We obviously went on a run, which is great. But like that's what I really think. Like a lot of it has been more so. And how many times we sat here like, why is Heaney? How many chances are we gonna give fucking Heaney? How many chances are we gonna give all these other people? Why did Greg Allen get sent back while we kept Jonathan Davis? All of these decisions add up, and that's just from this year. Every year at the end, we're like, yeah, like what is this season for? Even if we do well, when we shouldn't have done well because we were destroyed by injuries. You know what I mean? It's like I just don't think. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say he was bad. But I don't think he added anything to us, really.
Right. But
And at that point, if we're supposed to be competing, we've spent too long questioning his decisions.
for sure. You
Fuck Aaron Boone.
okay. Well, here's my whole thing. Here's my whole thing on Boone, and this is why I'll disagree. I think a lot of what you named is not really Boone decisions. I think those are more organizational decisions, especially when you're talking about Jonathan Davis, Greg Allen, and a lot of the other stuff that you have mentioned.
organizational?
It's organizational.
Because
bro.
Boone isn't the one that decides when they
that's
send him down or
yeah,
not.
Like Heaney getting DFA'd just now, like literally yesterday. As you know, what I'm
Motherfucker
saying?
didn't have to play him as much as he played him.
But it's like with Greg Allen, like that Boone is not the one that's making the decision to send guys down or not. That's all coming from Cashman.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's like, it's not just a manager is making all the decisions. That's why it's like, I don't want to put it on Boone, but I understand where you're coming from. And a lot of people feel like how you feeling. I'm definitely in the minority of how I feel about
Are we going to be
Boone.
honest about what Boone is? And why Boone was brought in? Boone was brought in to be a puppet manager.
And that is.
And that's who he is. Like,
if-
that-
and
we
that's
don't
what
need that.
But that's
No,
what
we
the
don't
Yankees.
really- but
That's what Cashman wanted.
But that's what Cashman wanted, because most of the decisions that they're making is organizational decisions. It's a collaborative effort. They talk about what they're gonna do. The lineups are talked about. Maybe he has more flexibility with that, and because what's gonna happen
Cashman was
in
on
this.
this Phil Jackson.
I don't know.
Next Phil Jackson.
Which one of you said it? Actually, no, it wasn't you. But somebody that I was talking to during the game made this point. He was like, "Is Brian Cashman the Danny Ainge of baseball?"
He might be. That's a great comparison. That's a great comparison.
It's tough because honestly, from where we were before the trade deadline, we weren't going to make the playoffs, and then he made those 2 trades. Obviously, Gallo wasn't what we thought he was going to be. Or maybe he was. But Rizzo was a great trade, and now we're in a good position to sign him. But at the same time, we weren't going to make the playoffs.
Do we
with the
want to
roster that we
sign
had.
Rizzo?
I mean, he's a
32.
He's a better defensive first baseman than Voit.
I agree, but Voit is
A little bit less
Voit-
consistent at
Voit
the
has
plate.
maybe one more year of arbitration, I think.
Yeah.
So you want to pay Rizzo. We don't know how much we'd have to pay him. He played great, so he's probably going to get some money. And on top of that, we still need to deal with the other issues of being like, all right, how do we actually get better? Gleyber Torres is in his last year of his contract. I think we should trade Gleyber. I've said this before. If he could somehow get Jose Ramirez, I'm pretty sure that's his name. I could be fucking that up.
on the Indians.
Yeah, I think that should be a move for us. And then we also talked about the possibility of signing Trey Turner.
I know you guys don't want to hear it, but old boy from
Correa.
you know,
I don't want to hear.
I know you don't want to hear it. I'm just saying. Look,
If we're gonna break the
That's a
bank,
bad
if we're
move.
gonna break the bank on somebody, and honestly, like they gotta be in touch with the fan base a
That's
little bit on
bad
that
optics
on
on so
that
many
one. Like you
things,
gotta
bro.
either
see,
go.
but that's
for,
the
you either
problem. Like, if you're gonna go
Singer
optics,
or-
are you want to win optics or you want to win games?
I'd rather sign Trevor Story than Carlos Correa.
Agreed.
I'm not saying
regardless.
like it's you. I don't think you're wrong either way. Like Trevor Story, they're both great players. But if Story ends up going somewhere else, right? Sign, and you have the choice between Gleyber or Correa. I'm sorry, you gotta bite that. You gotta swallow that
You
pride.
can't, especially if you're gonna make Aaron Judge the captain, which I feel like at this point we all agree he's going to be.
Yeah.
This is someone who
So then we deal with
Openly-
Gleyber for another year.
no,
Or
it's
for more?
his last year. He's gonna be trade bait. He's what 25.
He's already
Like you're gonna get something for him. And worst case scenario, you slide like you get someone at another position, another infield position, and then you have people like Gio and LeMahieu who. I mean, what the fuck? He obviously hasn't played to his contract. He hasn't played bad, but I don't think he's played to his contract. That can fit anywhere else in the infield, and we still have Odor for another year. So we still have people like who can fill in where we need them to. Like Gleyber will be able to be moved.
It's gonna be tough also signing a shortstop if we want to sign Rizzo because we're gonna have to pay Judge.
I don't think we pay Rizzo, man. I don't.
I don't.
And I wouldn't be mad at it if he takes a pay cut, but I don't see him taking a pay
But
cut.
what is all right? So what do you think the ballpark range for Rizzo is at this
least
point in his
16,
career?
At least 16, 17.
For how many years?
He's either 32 or 34.
30, something.
That's like one more 3-year deal, right?
Yeah.
Well, all right,
Especially
so
how he finished the season.
How old is DJ?
I think
DJ
we
is
signed.
32.
Yeah, I think we signed
And
DJ's
we signed
contract
to-
at 31 or 32.
Okay.
Anthony Rizzo just turned 32.
Okay. So at most, you'd probably say at the most he could probably ask for would be 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
If we sign him for 4 or 5 years, that's a real bad look, honestly.
I would not want him. I would not want him to sign for a 4-year. I think
Yeah.
a 2-year would
It would be a very
perfect.
Yankees move, honestly.
But look,
Listen, I really do think that our best bet at this point is to try and package Gleyber and maybe some of our other pieces for someone like Ramirez, who again he's 28 years old. He's on the last year of his deal. Who's an overall better player, an all-star level player, brings everything you need to. And I'm not gonna say it's a pipe dream because it is something that's possible. He's most likely gonna be on the trading block, especially if Cleveland doesn't play that great. But like we gotta especially we don't know what's going on with Clint Frazier, who also finally got in the starting spot, didn't play well.
I was gonna say,
If Brett Gardner
is he gonna be able to
on-
play baseball? Because like
I
who
don't
knows,
know.
bro,
They
that
said maybe
that
not.
vertigo
But either
shit.
way, we
Yeah.
still have people like Andujar on the roster. We still have people that other people may want to take a chance on. You know,
The other problem that's presented with Jose Ramirez, and I think he's a great player, is that he plays third. He doesn't play shortstop. I mean, and we
but
spoke about it
that's
already.
based on if we sign a
You know,
shortstop.
that's based on if we sign a shortstop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Worst case, you put fucking Gio at short.
I mean, you could do that. I mean,
Do you wanna keep playing somebody out of position?
Gio's also good. Is
he's
gonna have to
Gold
get paid, you know what I'm
Glove.
saying?
He's Gold Glove caliber at third.
Yeah,
You know,
literally. He just don't,
bro. He be playing his ass off at short too.
I don't know.
I
For a
get
player
it.
of Jose Ramirez's caliber, I think we'll be okay.
So it's almost like another A-Rod situation. Then you're taking a guy from the spot that he's going to be
Gio
elite
is
at.
not a fucking A-Rod.
No, but I'm saying in terms of like moving a guy from a spot that you know he's going to be elite at.
So
to
you
a-
don't think
didn't
Gio
think-
has the potential to be an elite defensive shortstop?
No, he definitely does.
But I
it's
know
just not his
but you're
natural
banking on the
position.
fact that you're banking on the hope that he becomes an elite shortstop, whereas I know he's an elite third baseman, just like you knew A-Rod was an elite shortstop.
Yeah.
And he was not an elite. I don't think he was an elite third baseman,
But I think
he
what
was
we're
still
getting,
pretty good.
I think what we would be getting from Jose Ramirez is considerably better. I do.
So you're saying like you're basically like picking up the it's filling in like
You
the
could
slack.
look up Jose's numbers right now.
No.
Like,
Jose's numbers is more than
like-
solid.
No, yeah, no, I'm not
I
debating the
think
numbers.
overall, like he just makes our team better. Period. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you're not. And I don't think you're losing much by putting Gio at shortstop.
I say, I'm with John on trading Gleyber. I feel like that should have happened already. Hindsight is obviously 2020.
But I mean,
he
it's
also
hard. I mean,
can't
his
get
trade
hurt.
stock had to have been
Yes.
tremendously low.
If
Yeah.
it was me and I'm signing a shortstop, it's for me. It has to be Trevor Story. I think he's the best that's available. I feel like if we're gonna have to overpay somebody. If we're gonna have
He's
to pay for
also 28. I
Story's what, 28?
27, 28. If we're gonna overpay for anybody, I'd rather not overpay for Rizzo and I'd rather pay for Trevor Story.
Yeah.
If that's
What
the route
about
we're gonna go.
what's your thoughts on Seager?
Seager? I think Seager's great. I mean, shit, he was World Series MVP. He had a little bit of a down year this year, but even
Also,
so,
Simeon's a free agent.
yeah, Simeon's also
No,
free
it's-
agent. But Simeon's
going somewhere else. No, I want Simeon to go somewhere else because I don't want to have to be disappointed in Simeon if he fails.
because he's not gonna he's gonna regress to the mean. Like this was like his this was
This
was
was the
his-
best
this
thing
was
that
his
this was the
contract year.
best
He
year
took a
to
one-year
happen
deal
to
and-
Seager. I'm not Seager, Simeon,
Simeon.
because he's going to get the phenomenal bag.
right.
And even if he bottoms out, fine, he's still getting paid a boatload of money, and he produced when he needed to.
Yep,
So
exactly. Because worst case scenario, he doesn't get that long term offer from anybody, and then he resigns with the Blue Jays, and then he'll get whatever.
I say,
he
look
wants.
how important he was to the Blue Jays. I mean, aside from the
He
big,
keeps denying the Blue Jays every time I talk to him. No,
This
I
is
think
true.
I think
This
he
is
just
also
I
true.
think he just wants to dip his toe in the free
And
agent.
he
He just
absolutely
want
should.
he
You just want to
yeah.
see kind of
Absolutely
like how James Harden said the other day in the his interview. I've never been a free agent like that. I think Simeon just want to be like dip a toe, be like I want to be
He was a
wine and
free
dine.
agent,
Yeah, basically.
I want to be wine and
Motherfuckers
dine as a
didn't
big
want him.
dog now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I want
Like,
niggas to
I think,
show
I want niggas to want
I was
me.
saying, I think Trevor Story really is the move. My other thing is our catcher situation. Higgy is a free agent. We do have catchers in the pipeline that are supposed to be good that can swing the bat. That was a
Brantley?
position.
No, stop.
That was a position that we did draft at.
Oh, we did. Yeah, the kid from New York, right?
Yeah, we drafted. I think we drafted 2 catchers in the past 2 years, and with first round picks.
I'm telling niggas right now, and I know y'all don't want to hear it, but Gary's not going anywhere.
He's
Oh,
not.
I know he's not going anywhere. I know he's
until
not
his
going.
contract's up, he ain't going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere.
But if you could somehow package him with Gleyber,
I mean, it's crazy. I re-signed him to a 5-year extension in MLB The Show, but that's because I produced with him. But
yeah,
I traded him.
because on paper, it makes
Yeah, I
sense.
traded him. I got after I redid it, I got a motherfucker from the Royals.
oh,
Perez?
Perez, yeah,
John,
he
John
litty.
just out here finessing niggas.
Oh, absolutely.
He got the block trade thing off.
Oh no. I got that shit on. Still motherfucking got Otani. Yeah, let's go.
Like I said, he got that slider turned off. Oh boy.
But-
John do whatever the fuck.
What's the leash on Gallo?
Gallo. I'm
Because
thinking about
honestly, having a Walker fucking home run and strikeout guy, I don't think helps us.
It doesn't.
So the
We have
problem-
enough people who just hit home runs.
So the problem around Gallo is that, and obviously he had a couple of bad plays defensively in the end of the season, but he's overall a great defensive outfielder.
That's
And
cool. You know who also gonna play left field?
Who?
Stanton.
Stanton.
That's right. I put
he also
Stanton- I
could,
put
but
Stanton in left.
but Stanton's not gonna play every day, bro. Like this is just a revolving
We're gonna
door.
have him, right?
We're
But
gonna-
no, but that's my thing. What is the leash?
The
because
leash?
honestly, the way he played the end of the season, he should not have been out there every fucking day. If you're gonna put put Brett Gardner in the lineup, right? If you're gonna put Brett Gardner in the lineup,
Who was
fucking
producing,
DH
by the way?
Luke-
Let's be fair.
DH
Gardner
Luke
was-
Voigt or some shit.
But then Luke got hurt. And then once
No,
Luke got hurt,
but even before he wasn't. It was either all right. Listen, maybe we'll do the jumbo package if we're losing 6 games.
So do you think we should have done that last night? That the Yankees should have done it in the wild card?
well, they couldn't because
Done
Luke was
what?
hurt.
Yeah, Luke was hurt.
Yeah.
Luke was hurt. It's not. If
Luke and DJ were hurt.
Luke and DJ was hurt, so it's just
I think
like,
Odor should have been batting. Honestly,
That's what I was getting at. Do you think Odor should have been? Because it's a lefty bat.
at least
at
and at
Fenway.
least Odor was with the fucking team.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but even though Odor, like he, the fact that he didn't play for like 2 weeks straight or like 15 games, however much it was, that fucked him up because he wasn't getting at bats. You're not getting at bats every day. It's hard for you to
But
stay
neither
in a
was,
rhythm.
yeah, but like fucking Velasquez was.
Velasquez wasn't really doing anything. We came back.
I mean, Velasquez. All we really needed Velasquez to do is just field.
I
the
know,
ball.
but we also
literally-
need
I
to
don't
play
expect
defense.
anything from
Yeah,
him.
I know, but we also lost fucking offense once we lost DJ LeMahieu.
And yeah, I mean, but
Like we needed motherfuckers to bat. Motherfuckers did not come to bat.
Well, this is why the Yankees need to kind of shy away from the home run or walk or bust thing. And
Yeah.
this is why I am very high on having Greg Allen be
I was gonna say
the starting center fielder. I know we have Hicks coming back, but like the Yankees need contact hitting
at this point.
No,
Honestly.
I get it. Yankees need contact hitting. Greg Allen, a switch hitting center fielder, played decent when he was up here, right? I think that's like, because home run or bust, we literally saw it.
Yeah.
In the wild card, the only two people that came through, I think there was a stat. It was Giancarlo and Judge were combined 3 for 6. I think entering the 9th inning.
Yeah. And
Everybody else was 2 for like 20. So it was like, all right, we got
After
enough.
this year,
We got
I don't
enough
wanna hear
power.
Shit about Giancarlo. I don't want to hear anyone say shit.
You have
about
Rizzo there. If you let's say you get Rizzo back on a 2-year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have Rizzo as your lefty power, right? You have Giancarlo. You got Stanton. I mean, Giancarlo. You have Judge, right? I don't think you need to load a lineup with power. If you have 3
Agreed.
power bats, you're good. And then you still have DJ as your contact guy to lead off, right? If you have a Greg Allen somewhere in like the lower part of the lineup, maybe around 7 or 8, for some more
Bro,
contact.
if you put him at 8 or even 9 and just let him get on base for the top of the order,
Like
You're golden.
I feel y'all on
And
the whole
speed.
Greg Allen.
And he
can
has a
run.
little bit of speed.
He can run. That's fair. But even so, we don't all right. He came up and he played well in the time that he was there. Great. So did Velasquez. But we still don't really know what these guys are.
Yeah,
like it's
and that's fine.
like this is baseball. At the end of the day, with these guys, it's gonna take them time for us to really see what they are,
Yeah.
bro. It took Stanton time as a Yankee for us to see, like, oh wow, this is a nigga that we traded for, basically. You know what I mean? So I can't just be full out, yo, Andrew Velasquez.
and that's fine. But
Greg
that
Allen.
spot's going to be open because Brett Gardner should not be on the team next year.
I mean,
Now this nigga come. I know Brett Gardner played well toward the end. Like he played well, very well for the last month and a half. He should not be on.
the team
well,
next
bro,
year,
but here's
Yeah.
the thing is that
You can't
If you want to be on the coaching staff,
Sit here
fine.
and
All
deal
right.
with fucking being like, all right, we need to develop talent and use these younger players and get younger and get faster and do all these
I
things.
say, how many years are we
and play
away?
fucking Brett Gardner?
How
every
many
year?
years are we
1
away
year,
from
but-
Jason Dominguez? That's what I want to know.
Yes, literally.
Where is he at?
A lefty center fielder. Bring
I mean,
bring that nigga up
Bro,
next season.
He can switch.
Yeah,
Oh, he
he
switched?
switched.
Bro, he can switch, and he has power, and
I
he
know
has
y'all know that.
speed.
And I know y'all know that because
covers.
y'all play the show.
Exactly,
Bro, but even just watching like the shits that like John Boy and like all like the 162 Twitters between like like
Oh my
he
God.
can hit.
How did we fucking forget? Like, we move Gleyber, we still have Volpe, #1 prospect.
Oh yeah, Volpe
At shortstop.
Yeah,
Like, at this point, I feel like we need to insert people like that
You know
into
what?
this
But
lineup
this is
because
what
we're old and slow.
You say it
We're
like
old
it's,
and slow.
You say it like it's that easy. It's easy enough for a franchise where you're allowed to have a down year. The Yankees aren't allowed.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the Yankees losing in the wild card game. This is a down year for us.
This was a down year period because the way it was looking, we weren't supposed to make it. We only
Right.
spent 1 month.
the Yankees'
looking
biggest
like a real
enemy.
team.
The Yankees' biggest enemy is the Yankees.
Yes, I agree with you,
Bro.
Because you're not. Because like you said, they are not. I feel like we talked about this earlier in the year
we've
too.
spoken about this.
The Yankees are not allowed. I think they're the
New York
only
teams in
franchise in sports that
Yeah.
is not allowed to rebuild.
That comes with 27 rings.
exactly.
Yeah, like even like the most storied franchise. Like obviously the Knicks rebuild every single year. Cowboys can rebuild, right? Because we see them do it all the time.
Yeah, and Jerry's a
Even the
fucking
Lakers,
clown.
we saw the Lakers rebuild after Kobe left,
Yeah.
and it was fine, right?
While Kobe was there.
Right? Like the Penguins, I'm assuming in hockey can rebuild once
Right.
Sydney retires, but like the
But-
Yankees cannot rebuild.
And that's part of the problem. And this is why I'm saying like we're not like I get it. It sounds all good. Yeah, we need these contact dudes. Yeah, we need this. Yeah, we need that. Yeah, we need this. We need that. Stanton is making $30 million a year and will continue to make $30
They're
million
not in
a
a
year.
position to need to rebuild. That's the thing.
Well, and
they're
that's,
not.
and that's my point.
We're
There's-
good enough that you could just add complimentary pieces.
Not
and
even
be a contender.
no. Not even necessarily that we're good enough. We're spending so much money that we're not going to rebuild. What the fuck are they spending all this money on a payroll for if we're not
I'm
rebuilding?
about to spend a lot more
And
with
they
that
were
Aaron
bad
Judge
deals.
that Aaron Judge contract
and it's
coming up.
only gonna get worse.
Aaron Hicks, I don't care how you put it. Like, if you're going to sit here and say it was a good deal when you signed it because he didn't get hurt before then, I still don't think it was a fucking good deal because he signed that after the Tommy John.
Yep.
That's not a good fucking deal. That's not a good deal. DJ, listen, he played great. He deserved a contract. He waited and made us wait. And then we signed that deal. I don't think it was a good deal.
Yanks were desperate.
I don't think we were.
We reached.
We
We
reached.
didn't even have to.
Yanks
Yeah,
reached.
that's what I'm saying. We didn't have
Yanks
to.
reached.
So now we're good. We're getting into the situation, and like the two people that I would say this season that like were like relevant that we traded for that we're gonna have next year are Odor and Gallo. That we know because they're already on contract, right?
Yeah.
Odor being an extra infielder is fine. He played well in limited things, I feel like, and filled in. You know,
I was
Yeah,
saying
and
he
you
went to
could
third.
tell-
He went to
he
third.
played
and
well
he's
as
a
a
team
fuck-
guy.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you could tell he wants to be there. The guys
Yeah,
like him.
He's always like
Exactly.
the first guy at the dugout for home
Exactly.
runs and things like that. Yeah, he's good.
Even
That's
when he
fine.
wasn't playing.
But what is the leash on Gallo? And the thing is, I remember around All-Star when they were talking about it, and they're like, this is a name that's going to be moved and all this stuff. They're talking about why it took him so long to be in the fucking home run derby. Motherfucker does not like to be in the spotlight. So you're asking someone who is supposed to be a home run hitter, supposed to be this big productive player, to play in New York and doesn't like to be in the spotlight? How well what's the history on that? How well has that gone for us?
Well, the good thing with Gallo is that he's under the team control for 2 years, so we don't have to pay him.
I think it's one more year.
After this year, so maybe after this year's one.
I think
Yeah.
is this.
I think this
next
year
year's
was
his
one-
last year, right?
Yeah,
On
and
the
the next
contract?
year would
Yeah.
be the second.
Okay, so then yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, honestly, it's like
But
we.
but like, what is the leash for him?
I mean, well, we'll. I mean,
Because-
we gotta see. I mean, he's on the team. I mean, he's not gonna get moved because who the fuck wants a dude that's gonna hit 30 something home runs, 70 something RBIs, and hits under 200, but walks a lot.
Bro, it could get scary next year if he's not producing because you can't trade him. Nobody's gonna trade for that.
Yeah.
Especially with that being his last season. And who's gonna really trade you? And then you're not gonna trade him to the only team that probably wanted would be a contender, but you're not gonna trade
To be like a
to another
fourth outfielder
contender.
or some
Exactly. So I'm me personally, I'm not high on Gallo.
I'm not
For
either.
next season, I know he's gonna
And
be
I don't
there,
think he's a
but
bad player. I just don't think he can handle the Yankees.
I mean,
He was out here
offensive-
talking about like, oh man, you know, they're really Italian over here. They showed this pride. I like doing this shit, and then still played like ass.
yeah, but I mean, it is different. I mean, you could. It could be a cool experience
No,
for
he
him
was
to.
saying
You know,
he was pumped to play and all this shit, and all he wanted to do, and then played like ass.
well, that's what I'm saying. You could be pumped to
Motherfucker,
play, and then
you
you
gonna do that
realize,
shit and get booed out here.
you know, and then you realize it ain't shit ain't sweet.
It's real Sonny Gray. It's real Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray was.
Oh damn,
chips
Sonny.
from
Oof.
Chip- and he's chips again. So
Nah,
it
he
wasn't
had
us.
he had a decent run once he left.
No. I'm so like last year he was really good. This year,
Yeah.
but this
This
past
season he
he's
kind of
chips.
reverted back to form, but yeah, last season he was like, damn, it's crazy. Red Sonny Gray.
And the thing is, Sonny Gray was like a good locker room dude. You know what I mean? Like if the benches was clearing, he was the first one out there.
He just could not produce when
But
niggas
yeah,
gave him the
He
ball.
could have handled that shit.
But
But that's the vibe I'm getting from Gallo, and I'm not fucking with it. Because then he's gonna keep getting this shit, especially if Boone stays as the manager.
Well, I mean, this is the problem. It's like the
I
Yankees
feel like I haven't
problems.
liked 70% of Boone's
They-
lineups or batting orders.
The
honestly.
Yankees' problems, it's not Boone. I mean, you can say it's Cashman, whatever, fine, but Cashman keeps putting niggas in positions to win. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. But the Yankees have a problem. It's like when you have a leak and you keep trying to cover that shit with fucking silly putty and the shit keeps leaking.
Fuck that. They're trying to scoop out the water with a bucket.
Basically,
That's what it is.
And this is the problem is that
A bucket of cash.
we can't rebuild. If
Instead
honestly,
of just paying to fix the leak.
if the Yankees was on the type time where, all right, you know what, Cashman, Steinbrenner was just like, listen, these next 2 years is gonna be about developing the young talent. You know, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Honestly, whatever, they're spending the money, fine, cool, whatever. Y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do. But if it ended up in that third year, we get the future Derek Jeter, Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams. Like I'm talking about dudes that
And we
come
have
up-
a good farm system. It's not like we don't.
But this is the problem is that we
that's the
can't.
reason why we were able to get Rizzo and Gallo.
Right, exactly. You know, so yeah, it's tough. We can't rebuild, so it's just a matter of us buying our way out of problems until we can, you know.
And I agree.
Make good
Like,
on
I
them.
don't think it's one thing. I'm not gonna blame Cashin because if you look at this roster at the beginning of the season, we should have played well, right? We should have been doing well, and that's why the first half of the first quarter of the season where we were so ass, was that hard. But like after seeing it, you got to realize these are 2 years where the shit just don't work. These are 2 back-to-back years where you went, all right, we're gonna have a bunch of motherfucking home run hitters, and shit did not work. And granted, one of them was marred by injury, but we had people consistently step up. And then what? Like again, another year of nothing to show for it. And now we like Stanton was the scapegoat. Now Stanton did everything he needed to do, and then what? So what's the excuse now?
It just tells you that even with Stanton being as good as he was, and we knew that he was good, that he was that guy from last postseason. It's still gonna take more. It's gonna take Garrett Cole being good, which is a whole other conversation that we basically glossed over.
How much do you think is sticky stuff?
Bro.
I don't think. Well, I don't think it's sticky because look at his record from what is it? I know it was the 2 starts right after the sticky stuff, but from like what is it? July to up until the last 3 starts.
It was more breaking down.
He was good up until the last 3 starts. He had like a 2.4 something ERA
Until it really mattered.
Until the last 3 starts of the season, yeah.
So until it really mattered.
And then the wild card.
Can I
talk about you want to make these Yankee moments?
My boy.
And my son was not fucking doing it. But again, I think after the
after
you saw how
right?
he tried to respond from the home run and stuff like that, and it was looking real rough. I think you gotta. This is an elimination game. You got to start that bullpen early.
I literally,
especially when you have someone like Sevy.
But see, yeah.
I got to get my point off
Yes.
because you said how much is the sticky stuff. You said I don't know how much the sticky stuff it is. Can I give you his last 5 starts?
No, that's why I said up until the last 3 starts.
Up until no, not the last 3, my brother. It's not.
All right, so add another 2 starts. All right.
All right. So, but bro, like think about it.
No,
I do last 7.
Last 7. I'll be completely fair. Include the Red Sox or not include the Red Sox?
What you mean the wild card?
The wild card.
No.
Not including the wild card.
Regular season.
That's regular season. Yeah.
I'll give you the last 7.
You said 7? Oh, okay.
7.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like it's a solid number.
Yeah.
All right.
Valid.
That's like a month and a half of starts, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You pitch every 5 days?
Yeah, that's
Once a week?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So this is when his ERA was at 2.8. 6 innings against Oakland, 6 hits, no runs. 9 Ks, 2 walks. Okay. Angels, 7.
I remember that game.
Yeah, I remember this too.
Was that the flood game?
This was was it? I don't remember. No, I don't think so. 7, 4 hits, 1 run, 15 strikeouts, no walks. Okay.
You said 7 innings.
7 innings.
4 runs.
Okay. After that, mind you, this is LA and Oakland, 2 teams not in our division that didn't make the playoffs, but whatever, fine. Toronto, after that, 3 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, home run, 2 Ks, 2 walks. Okay. Baltimore, 5, 4 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. After that, Cleveland, so I remember this on a Sunday, I was watching this shit, 5 and 2, 10 hits, 7 earned.
Oh, yeah, that's when he got rocked. Yeah.
7 strikeouts, 1 walk.
So he never recovered from that day.
And then after that,
it was kind of downhill, right?
After that, it was
It's almost like we paid him a lot to not be rattled.
6, 3 earned, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. Then after that, Toronto again. Toronto was just killing him all year, though. Toronto and Boston was just violating.
Our division?
Right, exactly. Yeah, literally.
It's almost like we paid an ace to win games in our division.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
Right. 5 earned to 6, 6 strikeouts, and then obviously he went to Boston.
David
and
Price did his shit,
He
honestly.
shit the bed. And then he finished with I mean, his ERA definitely went up a lot. But my point here is that like you look at how he was in the beginning of the season prior to the whole sticky shit. You look how it is after the fact. It's a difference. Like there is no like before it was consistency. It's like yo, Garrett Cole is gonna go out, give you 7 and give you a run or 2 runs. Fine, which is what I can deal with. But now we don't really know what we're gonna get, and the wild card game has to be concerning for some people. Like, if we being fair.
Oh no, it's definitely concerning. Definitely concerning, especially
so
because like you didn't even need him to. Like here's the thing, like going into the wild card, I thought if he gave you 5 innings, 5 or 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, we'll be okay, right? Yep. The fact he gave up 3 in 2 2/3 was very concerning because you could tell from the beginning he just. After that, the home run from Bogarts, you could tell he didn't have it.
And then if you're a manager, this isn't the time to be. All right, let's give him time to work his way out of it.
But
I get it. You're paying him all this money.
You're paying him all that money, so you can't just.
But this is an elimination game.
I get it, but we've seen in elimination games where aces, not just
to me, it was
not just the Yankees, but aces in general have recovered from giving up early runs. So you like who is? I mean, obviously we know
offense is helping.
I know, but honestly, like at that point, who is to say like, all right, maybe he doesn't just settle down and now he gives us 4 straight scoreless,
because he was playing like ass the games before. I don't take that risk if you came in here, even if you had 3 of the last 4 were ass. In the last game, you look decent. I'll let you rock for a little bit longer.
And we saw the
if
game.
you played like cheeks, exactly. We saw he looked
the game.
shook. He straight up looked shook. And to me, it was the year that we made it. The Aaron Judge's real rookie year where he should have won the MVP. Where Sevy blew it in that game, and then our offense just carried. And then when he came in later in the postseason, he played great.
Yeah.
That's what it was feeling like. But we didn't need to win the game to go find out. And I think if he won the game, Cole probably would have been better because he's like, all right, at least my teammates have my back. But at the end of the day, we didn't. I would have liked to see. I think Holmes pitched great when he came in. I still think I would have liked to see Sevy, just because
Sevy as the first guy.
Yeah,
Out.
just because he can give you some length. You're as a former starter, you're not too worried about just straight up righty lefty splits and shit like that.
But I think we would have been
and he was
okay
pitching
because of
well.
who was in there. Like we could have just gone. We could have gone. What do you call? I mean, they didn't even throw Nestor out, which I thought they were going to. I know we were texting about it. I was like, it's either got to be Sevy or Nestor.
Yeah.
So I thought, all right, if you go Nestor for 2, Sevy for 2.
Bro, Nestor's dead like 24.
Yeah, he's mad.
And he has no experience. I know he looks older,
old
but
as
he's
shit.
like 24. So I feel more comfortable with Sevy because he's pitched in games, you know?
He has pitched. He has pitched in games. I've seen. There was a while ago. I think it was when we played the Twins a couple years ago. This man Sevy was in the 3rd inning with a bases loaded and no out situation and didn't let up a run. So he's been there.
Yeah.
Is that the Sevy?
why
I thought it was.
Nah, that was Severino, my boy.
That's
there
why
there was
that's
a
why I
white guy that
would've
did
liked
that too in the playoffs.
What white guy?
I forget. I literally just saw the video.
Sound
but
like Tommy Canley.
Nah.
Maybe it wasn't against
when
the
we got Canley, my man was
Was it
cooking.
Canley? It might have been.
It might have been.
If it wasn't,
I'm trying to-
No. 'Cause
I'm
this
trying to
happened with
think of
Sevy.
the-
This happened in the playoffs, bro. This was a couple years ago.
I mean, the last playoffs he really played in was
So maybe
that.
The last
Was
playoffs I
was
remember
Aaron Judge
Sevy
one.
against the Twins was the one where he gave up 3 in the first, and then Didi hit the home
So
run.
maybe it was the Indians. It wasn't this past postseason. It was the season before.
It might have
that.
been the Indians.
Yeah, when we played the Windians. Yeah,
the Windians.
yeah, and we cooked them.
Hey, I
We
miss
do.
Didi.
That
Yeah.
division we own.
Shit,
that
we could have
division.
used Didi this year.
Could you imagine? Can you believe that was 2019? It was only 2 years ago. It felt like Didi's home run feels like forever ago.
That wasn't 2019. That was 2018.
No, he hit a home run in 2019 as well. That's what I was referencing. But yeah, no, 345 million for that. That's not what you want. Not what you want. But I will say, look, I know we've been killing, Cole and whatever. Like, honestly, honest to God, his poor performance, right? Hogwash because of how good the bullpen was for the next 3 2/3 or whatever. The game was decided in the 6th inning. The game was decided. It was not decided because Cole, even though Cole was pegged for the loss. The game was decided in the 6th inning when Phil Nevins decided to send Aaron Judge home. And this is the second time that Phil Nevins messed up at Fenway.
I got caught up with that today, actually.
Because early in the season, remember when Nevins got some heat because he sent Gio on a liner to right field?
Yep.
Gio's not even at third yet. The right fielder has the ball
I
already.
remember this was at Fenway. Yes.
And he was out by a country mile.
Yeah.
Same shit here, except now instead of right field, it's left field, which is the Green Mountain. So obviously it's shorter. Yeah, no.
Get all the motherfuckers out the paint, honestly. And my coworker put it great today. Shout out Kelly. She literally goes, if you're in an elimination game and you think it's 50-50 he can be out and it's Aaron Judge, it's not no fucking speedster. Why are you sending him?
That's the
Why are
thing.
you
It's
sending
not even
him?
2 outs. If it's 2 outs, I totally understand. If
what's
it's
the
2
reason?
outs, send him. 1 out with I don't know why I always get them mixed up. It's probably because they're Italian. I'm sorry. With Gallo and Gleyber coming up, yes, I know Gallo has been doing, whatever planet he's been on, right? But at least you get 2 shots to bring in at least 1, as opposed to, shooting yourself in the foot. Now you get 0. That should have been at the minimum going into the bottom of the inning, 3-2 ball game. At the minimum.
This is true. Honestly, my first reaction I'm gonna be completely honest with you. My first reaction to the pitch happened because I'm like, all right, one off the monster, it's rolling a little bit. I know Aaron Judge is coming home. Then when he got thrown out by as much as he did, I'm like, this nigga is slow as shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that too. I was
Okay.
like, especially because the ball rolled away from the center fielder.
Yes,
And I'm
okay.
like, okay,
Right.
that little thing must have given him the edge. And then I saw like, oh,
Initial-
shit.
Was he
Initial-
running the entire time or did he
Yeah.
slow down to
No,
watch?
he was
Like,
running
what
the-
happened?
he was
'Cause I didn't
going
get
the
to see
entire
No,
it.
he was
time.
going the entire time.
So he was just
I think the ball was just hit probably just too hard.
Honestly. But it's crazy because like then you see the replay and obviously like it brings me to the point.
Waste man.
Yeah, if this game was at any other stadium in the MLB, Stanton would have had 3 home runs and probably close to 7 RBIs. And obviously, it's here nor there.
So proud of him.
Yeah, he
doing
did
great,
what he
sweetie.
did what he had to do, but he had 2 shots off the monster,
Bro.
Like 2 shots off the monster.
That first one, I was like,
No, the first one I
Bro.
was watching in my living room because I was eating, and
They were
as soon as he hit it,
literally
I'm like, oh, that's gone. That's gone.
if it was warmer, they were like, yeah, that should have been gone.
Did you hear John Sterling legit
Yeah,
called it a home run?
I was, yeah.
And he was like, oh, wait, what did I do wrong?
Yep.
Oh man.
Exactly. Yep. So I mean, Stanton did what he had to do. Judge was here, and it's tough because
Judge got us there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely Judge got Judge got us there. I feel like I've been ripping the team for so long. Like literally the past 45 minutes, we've probably just been ripping the Yankees.
Yeah,
But
deservingly so. We spent a lot of time in the Yankees, but
It's
again,
the most we've ever
deservingly
spent.
so.
I mean, honestly,
It's the end of the
though,
season, so you know.
I mean, yeah, like we're literally not gonna be talking
Yeah.
about them for quite some time. It's
Look,
gonna
we
be-
even got to go over what they should do and all that shit. We did well.
Yeah.
I feel like we got everything in.
So yeah, honestly, season's done, and hopefully we figure some things out. You know,
And fuck Aaron Boone.
Also, can I make a point,
Yeah,
which annoys me about some Yankee fans? The whole oh, George wouldn't have allowed this. Like at the end of the day, like I get it, like it was different under George Steinbrenner, but all George Steinbrenner did was just yell at niggas.
What the fuck is he gonna do? Whip them? Was he a
Like
slave
George
master?
Steinbrenner could be alive right now. He could have yelled at niggas in the locker room, and they still could have gone out and
And
done the
Gallo
same
still would have
shit.
batted under 200.
That's what I don't get. Like, what do you mean things would be different under George? What do you mean we still spend money like nobody's business? The only team that spends just as much as us is the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand what is George being
honestly,
here
I ain't gonna lie.
do?
Analytics just ain't catch up to the rest of the league at that point yet. If analytics existed, like if the Tampa Bay Rays existed in the '90s, they would have found a ways to beat us.
Bro, this nigga George, if he was alive today,
Speaking of which,
he would
just
be very,
1-1
very
with
angry.
that Cardinals Dodgers game in the top of the 5th.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, let's go. St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm with that.
But yeah, like I just don't get like, oh, it would have been done with George, bro. George being alive or not makes no difference.
Would
All
not
he
have
did
made
was
Garrett Cole pitch any better.
so he yells at niggas and that's what makes him better. No, it doesn't work like that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have you been yelled at by a coach, during a timeout or before the game, and you still go out there and throw up a clunker? Like,
Honestly, it's crazy. Like, I hate to say what I'm about to say, but I didn't expect us to win this game. I had no. It's not that I didn't have confidence, but like Garrett Cole on the mound, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, GC about to do his thing." I was like, I don't know if y'all watched the same Garrett Cole
I
I've
didn't
been
give a
watching.
shit about Garrett Cole. I just felt like our bats, and I feel like we've hit Evaldi pretty decently this year.
I mean, the last
Yeah.
time we pitched
So
against
like,
him,
I
we
felt
played against
good
him,
about
yeah.
our bats. I felt better about our bats than I did about Garrett Cole.
look, they are who we thought they were. I told everybody, like, going into the game, like, some of my friends, I'm like, yo, you can't expect this team to go in there and win. You can't expect that. Like, if it was at the stadium, I'd be a little bit more confident. But it was not. They blew that themselves. They have nobody to blame but themselves
Speaking
for
of
not
blue
getting
that,
home
someone
field.
was about to throw a fucking alley, and man's just slipped.
Ha,
Tragic,
flat tire.
pretty much.
But yeah, no, like, I don't know how you, as a Yankee fan, you could have watched this team all season and been very confident. This is why it was crazy, because the Vegas odds of 61% of the money was on Yankees money line, which is absurd. I don't know. I just don't know. If it was at the stadium, I think Cole pitches better. I just think that just being in that environment, he's just not it. He's just not it.
advantage, whatever you want to say.
It makes a difference. Home field
I
advantage.
mean, I don't know.
But like you said, like, right, those two Stanton balls, those are home runs.
Those are home
Those are
runs.
right into the grandstands in left center, right? So
Honestly.
that's 3 RBIs right there, right? And that line drive to actually, that line drive probably would have been foul, Yankee Stadium, but still,
pesky pole shit. But honestly, I'm just hoping we do something better. I mean, these niggas are getting paid millions to be smarter with these decisions, and hopefully they figure
Again,
something
shout out
out.
Kelly. She went on a rant where she's like, "You're a professional athlete. Like, bro, your job is to play this sport well. What were you doing?
Shit,
Are you not like, in my opinion, like it's someone like Gallo too. Like, I feel like Marcus Timms has built his resume well enough. Obviously, you're not gonna fix everything overnight or over like a month or two, right? But it's like, for him to straight up, it's like every time Gallo got contact, I literally went, "Oh, pop fly, he's out."
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, for someone who's supposed to be a home run hitter, never did he hit the ball and I went, all right, this is gone. It was always just like, I'm expecting this to go really high until I'm just.
I never got the hate towards Marcus Thames because I feel like it's not even his decision to like how the
My nigga.
like. It's not even his decision to like tell him how to swing. It's literally the front office be like, "Yo, we're home run or bust."
This is why, like,
Yeah, I agree.
hitting coaches and pitching coaches getting fired as a
Specialty
result
coaches is
of,
a tough job in any area.
especially in the MLB, because it's like, oh my goodness, like, yo, say the fucking Knicks, like, they can't play defense for a good 2 month stretch. What are you gonna do? Fire the assistant coach? What the fuck is that about to do? You gonna fire the assistant coach?
I'm about to say, like, freaking Jock Vaughn for the Nets was the defensive guy, and our defense sucked for the first, like, 3 months of the season.
Right.
Then niggas actually locked in and was like, oh, okay, now they play defense. So
I don't know. It's
hitting coaches and pitching coaches are a weird, thing in baseball.
The
But
thing is though, like
Like,
when
what
the
you
whole
gonna-
bullpen is playing like shit, you do
like what you gonna do as a hitting coach to Giancarlo? You're gonna be like, all right, so you're 0 for your last 30. So we want you to lay one down for a bunt. You gonna tell Stanton to fucking bunt?
it's like, all right,
Like what is, you know what I'm
Like-
saying?
like-
teach Gallo how to bunt since he's so damn fast.
All right, wait, let's be fair here, because Gallo actually knows how to bunt. That's his-
why don't he
Tell
do
him
it
to
every?
do it
Why
more.
don't he do it every single? If he knows
Why
how to
don't you go,
bunt,
damn,
do
I
it
haven't
every
hit,
single
I haven't got a
time.
hit in the
Right.
past 10 games.
Cause no,
I should bunt
Cause he
and
also
get on
had,
base.
Cause he also had 38 home runs.
Oh yeah, well, what good is it? I'd rather you
Didn't
get
he
on
come
base.
to us with 30? He
yeah,
either came to us with 28 or 30.
He's hit 8 home runs since he's been in New York.
like about 10, something like that.
Really? It felt like only like 4.
Yeah.
But nah, like
Because he had a couple multiple home run games.
I was
That's
just saying,
it
what
was.
is Aaron like? What is a pitching coach gonna tell like, yo, Aaron Judge, yo, stop swinging at that low and away slider? Like the pitching coach's not in the box with him. Like what else can you do? Like, yo, bro, you can't swing at that shit.
Like, all right, like, I get it. Like, if a nigga is like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. Hitting coach.
Is that Boban hitting a corner 3?
Yes.
Oh nah, yeah.
Cash
turn this
out.
shit. That's why I said
Cash out.
preseason don't matter.
Cash out.
He's 3 for 3 on threes. No, I'm just kidding.
Gallo hit 13 home runs to us. Came in with 25.
Oh, so then, I mean, that's more than 10.
Nah,
That's more
ain't
than
no
we
way
all
this
thought.
nigga just hit another one.
Cash out.
Nah, son, come on.
Hey,
Boban got
is-
touched, bro.
This thing is like, oh, that's fake.
Bro, send this nigga back to the John Wick movies, please.
But 13 home runs honestly don't feel like a lot when you're striking out all the time and not getting any other hits.
And because they were fucking multiple home run games.
Well, I mean, that's also true. 13 home runs don't mean as much when you got
At
30
least
hits
6.
as a Yankees.
At least 6
He may
was in
have-
3 games.
He may have like 30 hits as a Yankee. No funny shit.
Let's see.
Let's see. Oh, you have it up?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
Okay. And if 13 of them are home runs, that's really bad. That's crazy.
He had 30 hits.
No way. I was right on the spot with
Yep.
it.
30 hits as a Yankee. 13
That
of them
is
are home
fucking
runs.
terrible. Since we
22
traded for him in the
22 RBIs in 58 games.
Yeah, it's not really. Well, half a season is what, 80 games?
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever. We gave Joey Gallo enough airtime here.
We give the Yankees enough airtime. We got to talk about football. And that is it for this week. This has been episode 110 of the Saratobi Sports Pod. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow us at Saratobi Sports on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. There's a lot of sports today, but I mean, that's what happens when a season ends. Fire Aaron Boone. Follow me on Twitter at Offended Narwhal. Ravens every week. Guys.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
You just had nothing after I ain't gonna lie to y'all? Like, that was it?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Black Lives Matter. That shit is true.
It's fucking cocktease of a sentence. Yeah. JT?
Yeah, nematodes are people too. I'm here for Miko supremacy, and that's it.
Wasn't a trap this week, guys. We'll catch you next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got